welcome to Goonies World. I am Johnny Farrow, also known as Sean, and with me, as always, is Goonie, also known as Colin.
Hello there.
And of course, we also have Meanie, also known as Ryan.
Oh, me? Oh, hello.
Yep, that's you. And we also have Lunicorn, also known as Lynn.
Hi, good evening.
And we're continuing our adventures through Chris McDowell's Into the Odd. And we won't bother with a long recap. You can go back and listen to the last episode. So, friends, you find yourself here out on the cold, misty marshes outside of the town of Hope's End, looking for the treasure of Father Moon of the Moonstone House that you've come across the sea to find. All of his amazing arcana that he had collected, he had spirited away across the sea so that no one could ever have it. And you have found out from a young guide named Laddie, who's led you this far, that Father Moon sent an expedition here that her daddy was involved with long ago, and he put all of his collection of arcana in the shrine of the Star Child's head. Star Child with this massive being, titanic being that fell from the stars long ago, or so folklore says, spawning a whole religion. Laddie worships the Star Children, but bits of his gigantic body are scattered across the marshes, and Laddie has led you to the great skull of the Star Child. It's a huge head. Really just looks like it's only vaguely human. It's so covered with overgrowth and vegetation, and there's been so much erosion over the years, but there's still obviously some big eye holes and a great big yawning mouth hole. And it's kind of tilted over on its side, lying there in the marshes. I won't go any further than this, says Laddie. But don't forget, I get 1/5 of all the arcana, because you never would have found it without me.
Don't you worry. We will return if we are still alive, and you will be handed your 5th, and we'll all be much better off.
Make sure you don't die in there.
We certainly will try our best.
Thank you for your concern. It's very touching.
Well, that's about where we wrapped it up last time, so I'll let you guys approach across the marshes. Of course, luckily, you still got plenty of daylight left, although it is gray daylight. You can't see really far into the mist. But the ground here is relatively dry. Remember, Laddie has led you here through winding paths. Only she knew where you wouldn't get stuck in a terrible quagmire or quicksand. But you can approach the great head, and it gets bigger and bigger as you approach it. And you see its great yawning mouth. And there's been somebody who's done, like, modern work on it, or more modern work inside, because somebody has made some little stairs and door inside its great yawning open mouth. Remember, the head is somewhat tilted, to its side, so it's not standing straight up and down. But the architecture where someone's built the stairs and the door, that is straight up and down, just with inside the tilted mouth. And the door itself is covered with nasty cobweb, and as you get closer, you see this huge, dinner plate-sized spider just lurking right over the handle of the door. It's immense, and it's nasty looking, and it just seems like it's just going to stay right there. First challenge.
Shoo!
Yeah, shoo. Doesn't respond to your verbal shoo. But the first challenge you face, obviously, is how to open the door when there's this gigantic, nasty-looking spider.
Let's just turn around and go home.
Long way home.
Well, I think the spiders like to eat roaches.
Oh, yes. Some of them do. But, I don't think it could, I think you're okay. But, we don't know if this is poisonous now. We are in a strange new area of our world that we've never been to before. There could be poisonous animals. We've got to be very careful here. Get a large stick, if we can find one.
Perhaps we could just shoot it.
Well, yes, I mean, it is large enough, I guess we could shoot it. But I think maybe we don't want to announce ourselves with a gun just yet. Let's try the stick first.
Well, yeah, and what if it's got greasy spider guts and made of acid and it burns through the lock, or the bullet goes through the spider and makes a hole in the doorknob or something? It would be a mess. Oh, I think, I've got an idea. I've got this rod here. Can I wave it at the spider and tell it to fuck off?
Yeah, you can wave at the spider and tell it to fuck off. And
Or flee, I think would be the actual.
flee, yes. The spider being an unintelligent creature, just not on that same plane of conscious thought where he gets that impulse at all. So the spider doesn't move.
Piss.
Piss.
Well, I didn't have much hope for wand waving, or rod waving as it
It
is.
must not be a real spider.
It looks real to me. Not a spooky decoration. I'm going to look around for any kind of stick sticking out of the marsh.
Yeah, you find a great big stick. It's got some little like pussy willow type heads on the end of it. It's not pussy willow, but these weird little fuzzy heads on the end of this long stick.
I don't even know why I'm doing that because I have a sword, but I'll just use, just in case it does spit acid or something, maybe it's better I use the stick. So I'm going to, tap it with the stick.
You tap it with the stick, and suddenly it grabs the end of the stick and it starts crawling up the stick right up your... Oh my gosh, it's about to grab you. You need to make a dexterity save and just drop the whole stick. Throw the whole thing down before it crawls up onto your arm and bites you.
Okay.
It's very sudden. It moves with such speed for how big it is.
Oh, I failed.
Oh no! You are bitten, sir. And you lose D4 points from your strength. As it saps away. But then it runs away and hides in the marsh.
All right, so I was already down 2 from my strength because of that mutant that exploded
Yeah,
last
the
time.
exploding mutant.
So now I only have 4 strength. It's not good.
No, it's not good at all. Because you take, you have a very good chance of taking critical damage.
Yeah.
And there's not a great place around here to take a long rest. But no one ever said the pursuit of Arcana will be without terrible, terrible potential consequences or risks.
So are you out of HP, or does that just bypass?
This is just a ability score loss. Like
Gotcha,
poison and
gotcha.
disease. Poisons and disease will tend to go straight for your ability scores. And I found that in this system, because we've been playing it a little bit, off air too, in a different game.
Oh,
That
wait a second. Wait, I'm sorry. I just now saw, I was looking at my starter package. I don't know if this applies, but I
You're
think
immune.
it might.
you're immune to
you?
poison. Toxins, no.
Toxin
that
immune.
totally counts. That totally
Yes.
counts. Congratulations, you're toxic immune.
Sweet.
No, that's great. Great news. What I was going to point out was that this system's pretty generous in giving you your hit points back, and I've noticed players don't seem to mind too much about losing the hit points because it's just a rest a few minutes and get them back. But once that ability score loss happens, players do seem to mind that.
Yeah.
But yes, never forget that starting package table. You might have some weird thing like toxin immune.
Yeah, so I just feel a little shitty at first, but then I get over it, and, I've been bit, but I think I feel okay. I think I've got something in my blood that just counteracts whatever that poison that spider had.
Oh, that is extremely good news, especially because you are already hurting, on the strength.
Yeah.
You're already not quite all the way up to snuff. However, now the door may be opened. So I don't know who'd like to reach out and grab that handle.
I've earned the opportunity to open this door.
I agree. You absorbed that. You were the perfect person to absorb that poison for us. So you've earned the privilege.
Yeah, yes. And I'm going to open it up confidently.
All right, you confidently open the door. And you look inside, and it's a great inner space, like the entire inner side of the skull, of the Star Child's head is completely empty in here. So I guess it didn't have any brains, or if he did, they rotted out and oozed away long ago. But somebody, obviously Father Moon's expedition, has already come in here, and they've built like walkways through the area. Now you don't know exactly what to, because several of them are going off into other parts of the huge interior of the skull. But the main pathway seems to be headed straight and quite visibly down, like actually like under the level of the earth itself. And from far away, you can kind of hear the sound of running water, as if coming from underground. But this whole region is, the ground is saturated with water. But now you look around and it's not quite clear where the other ramps and walkways that have been built in here actually go. But the main thrust of the path is going straight down this ramp to a door, and at the base of the ramp is a door, and it's a mirrored door. So as you approach it, or if you approach it, you can see yourselves in it. And
who are those handsome fellas? Oh, it's us. Look at that wig. Yes, quite nice. I see. Well, yeah, so I'm assuming that we have walked down the ramp and...
Well, you can at least see down it, yeah. And
Yeah.
as you're getting your bearings in the situation, you can hear like every now and then like a fluttering sound in here, but you don't see anything. And it's a little disturbing. If you look around the room, you don't see anything particular.
Just to clarify, the door that we came in from the outside, was that like in the mouth?
Yeah, it was built into
Yeah.
the mouth.
Okay, so this ramp would be sort of going down the throat?
Sort
so to
of,
speak?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you get the feeling that the entire body of this thing isn't submerged. It's just the
Right.
head was broken off. Now it's going down into some subterranean excavation below, as if the entire skull is really merely the shell that is over all of this.
Gotcha. Just trying to figure out kind of spatially where we might be.
Yes, it's a weird space in here, that's for sure. But as you're thinking about walking down the ramp or going to the mirrored door, as I said, you heard these fluttering sounds earlier, but suddenly you get this feeling as if a blanket, like a wet blanket's been thrown on you, but you can't see anything. And it's just covered with it. Make strength rolls to throw it off of you. Make a strength save because you feel like these invisible wet blankets that have suddenly like fallen on top of you are trying to squeeze in. And please make a strength save to just push it off and get out.
Wow. 1.
Hey, that's great. You fling this thing off of you and you hear a fluttering sound again. How about the rest of you? Anyone fail it?
I did not. I succeeded by quite a bit, and that's equal to or under, right?
That's right. Equal
Yeah.
to or less than your ability score.
Yep,
How about you, Lynn?
Succeeded.
That's great because you do not want to be smothered to death by, we'll just call them invisible cloakers that have fallen and try to get on you. You can hear them fluttering around the room, though. And that's quite horrific. So you might want to keep on moving in case they decide to drop down on you again, smother you, and slowly digest you, which is probably what they would do. Do you guys want to try to go through that mirror door, or is there something else you might want to do that I'm not thinking about right now?
Yeah, I would certainly like to keep moving, and the door's right in front of us, so...
Okay. Well, I'll assume, unless you tell me otherwise, that you'll take honor of door opening again. And you all get a nice look at yourselves in that mirror door, and you realize, yeah, you guys look pretty good. You look slightly more experienced and professional than you did when you first started your adventures. Here you are in a foreign land. You've got your fine wigs, some of you. You've obviously moved up in the world, and you get that glimpse of yourselves and see the professional adventurers that you've matured into. And when you open the door, there's a cylinder-shaped room. There's a hole in the middle of the floor that you realize is a well. And there's that sound of water you heard is coming from there. But as if, I'll just say you can go up and peek over and you can see there's actually some running water beneath there, like the well that just drops down into a submerged river of some kind after about a 20-foot drop. And there's an archway beyond the well. But once you've been in here for a few seconds, these figures coalesce. And this happens very quickly, but you realize to your horror that they look just like you, and they've just appeared in the room. and there's an image, spitting mirror image of each of you. Only they look surprised to see you, but they immediately draw their weapons. And now we're going to do something that's either going to be terribly frustrating for you and confusing for everyone, or it'll be really cool. We're about to find out. But you must now fight yourself. And so, starting with, let's just say Ryan, starting with Roach, you got to kind of, get your character sheet there and divide it into two in your mind. And of course, you guys, the real yous, was how we'll describe. The real yous go first. Because these alternate yous do not seem like they wish to be reasoned with, although you could certainly try. It might be funny to talk to them. But, Roach, what do you do?
Oy, this is annoying. All right. Well, seeing as there are no attack rolls.
Yep. Just go straight to the damage.
Straight to the damage, which I can't reach my D8 from here, so... And I can't... It's like just out of my reach with this cat in my lap. So, actually, let me pull up an alternative dice rolling method here real quick.
Yeah, our listeners may not know that Ryan generally records under a pile of cats. Yeah.
A pile of one gigantic, fat, arthritic old cat.
We're really not willing to move the cat, folks.
No, she's so old.
Yeah.
She's just like all like I just feel so bad. And she's like purring and you know.
Yeah, it's tough to move a purring cat. It's like all super comfortable. Yeah.
So I am going to do this. Actually, fortunately we have a Discord that I have set up a dice bot in, and I have rolled a 3.
A 3. So really, you do 2 points of damage to your alternate self, because your alternate self also wears modern armor. And if you don't mind, I will ask you to keep track of that damage to your alternate self as well. And all their stats are right where yours are right now, too. So if any of you are down a stat, so are they. And if anyone's missing any HP, so are they. Nix.
Yeah, now I wish I had my strength taken away so I could
right.
take this guy out.
Right, taking it out quicker. Nix, what do you do?
Nix.
This other one's lungs are just as loud as yours. She breathes loudly.
I can hear you breathing. It's very weird. I will lunge with my noble sword. All
right. With your noble sword, your noble weapon, you will roll your damage.
3.
Okay. Of course, don't forget to take away her armor, her modern armor, so you've done 2 damage to her. And how about you, Percy? And it's disturbing.
Right.
It's disturbing, by the way. I mean, you have to attack yourself. But they seem just as interested in attacking you.
He doesn't want to. He's going to move his frozen cloud.
Frozen cloud coalesces and it moves over towards the alternate Percy and freezes him. That Percy will have to make a strength save to break out of that when it's his turn. It is their turn now. I'm going to go ahead and give him that strength save. But his strength is lower than it would normally be a little bit, right? What's your current strength?
It's 8.
Okay, alternate Percy rolls, but he rolls an 18. He needed an 8 or less, and he is still frustratingly imprisoned inside the freeze from the frozen cloud. And alternate Nix attacks herself. Go ahead and roll damage for alternate Nix. Again, this time it was against your real self.
4.
Okay, so don't forget about... You guys basically always just subtract 1, And, I'm going to try to start assuming that we're doing that unless we say otherwise. So you do, I guess, 3 points of damage. Or alternate Nix does 3 points of damage to real Nix. And alternate Roach attacks you. So go ahead and roll the damage for alternate Roach.
Okay, let's see. Oops. Oh, of course, alternate Roach rolls a 5.
Oh, so he does 4 points of damage to you.
Yeah.
To Real Roach. All right. And, of course, alternate Percy can't do nothing right now. Then it's your turn. So we're going to pick right back up with you, Roach. What do you do? Because alternate you has just really hurt the real you.
Well, alternate me, real me, who is acting now, knows that alternate me is not real, so he's not even going to try his Tyrant Rod bullshit. Okay. He's just going to do his D8 Noble Cudgel again. And, he rolls a 5.
Oh, my.
Which will be obviously a 4, which will reduce alternate Roach to 3 HP.
Okay, 3 HP on Alt Roach. Alt Roach got 3 HP. Okay. And, Nix, what do you do? You've also just been hurt by your alternate self.
Yes, and I'm going to follow with the sword again. For 5.
Okay, so 4.
No, I rolled a 6.
Oh, you rolled 6. Oh,
yes.
Very good. Now we're all doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay. And you had already done 2 alternate Nix, correct? So
yes, Alternix is down 7.
Down 7. Has she taken any down into her strength yet, or
no?
Okay, not yet. And what do you do, Percy? You know, alternate Percy's he's frozen still. What do you do?
I think I'm gonna walk up and I hate to do this, but you're not me. You're not me. And I'm going to swing my noble saber at him.
Well, this is an enhanced attack. You roll a d12 because he's totally immobile. Okay. You know, he can't dodge it. He can't do anything. Can't do nothing.
Okay. I hate you. Oh, fuck. But somehow, with the -1, I have only done 1 hit.
Yeah, okay.
Point of damage.
Well, it's better than nothing. Okay, and he's going to try to break out again after that, but he rolls a 15. He can't seem to break out. And alternate Nix attacks Real Nix. Go ahead and roll for that, Real Nix.
Another 3. Still have not gone below my max HP. So
okay, and alternate Roach attacks Real Roach.
Well, alternate Roach presumably knows that Real Roach is real and will therefore wave his alternate Tyrant Rod at the Real Roach and command him to flee or fall. Right. Fall down on the ground, actually, I think is what he will command him to do.
Jump in the well.
So now Real Roach will roll his will save.
And Real Roach rolls a 17.
And will presumably hurl himself to the ground.
Hurls himself to the ground very roughly, yes.
Very roughly. And he's like throws his arms up in the air and throws himself down on the ground. And alternate Roach stands there with a look of smug triumph as he does a little gunslinger twirl with the rod. And now things aren't looking so good. And let's see, is that everybody? Is everybody... Yeah. No, yeah, that's true, because alternate Percy is still... And so now you guys can go, and let's go ahead and start with you, Nix. What do you do? I imagine you want to keep attacking yourself, your alternate self, with your noble weapon.
Yeah, I don't know what else I could possibly do. I was trying to think of something I might be able to do with my little skellies, and I haven't managed to think of anything yet, so...
All right, well... Go ahead and attack yourself. Why do you keep hitting yourself?
Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. And for 7, which will now chop into alternate strength.
And so, how many strength has she lost?
2.
Okay, so your strength being 2 less, go ahead and make a strength save at the new strength level for alternate Nix to see if she takes critical damage.
Nope.
but she does not take critical
She
damage.
does not take critical damage,
No,
unfortunately.
she does not. No, she does not. And I've actually lost track of where we are. It's just a furious back and forth here, you know. Combat's much faster in
I
this
think
system.
what
than
Nyx,
any others.
real Nyx was first, right? And just attacked alternate Nyx, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, so, how about you, Roach? Real Roach, who is on the ground.
On the ground, and does he need to make a will save to get up, or I forgot how the Tyrant's Rod actually works.
All of the arcana are very vaguely described, to the point of almost frustratingly vaguely described. And so that's really up to us. And I guess by us, I mean me. So in the moment, let's just say that, yeah, to break out of this, it's kind of like the psychic version of the frozen cloud, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, which seems a reasonable...
Seems totally
Way to
reasonable to
handle
me. So Roach will attempt to break free from this Tyrant's Rod and rolls a 2. So
Hey, Real Roach breaks free. You may
he
act.
does break free. And in doing so, he will swing his cudgel once again at alternate Roach and rolls just a 2, so 1 point of damage. Taking alternate Roach down to 2 HP.
2 HP for Alt Roach. All right, Percy, what do you do?
You are an embarrassment. You're not an explorer. You're a butler. He clearly has some issues. He's going to attack again at the frozen alternate Percy.
Don't forget to use your D12. This is enhanced.
Yeah. And that time with the -1, I got 5 damage.
Okay. So you've done 6 HP to him so far.
Yeah, and he has eight hit points
Okay.
altogether.
Okay. Well, he again strains against his little muscles. You could hear him say through his froze. Oh my God! He just rolled a 6. That's good, right? He breaks free of the ice. I'm no butler, he says, and he attacks you.
All right.
And well, I'll let you roll that attack.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that would be a D8 if he's using the saber.
Yeah, he'll use whatever weapon you were just using.
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh no.
Well, -1 be 7
Oh
damage
my.
to me.
Oh my. So, how you doing? You still okay? Are you down into strength yet?
Now I got 1 hit point left.
Okay. All right. So, alternate Nyx, who has not yet succumbed to her potential critical damage, attacks real Nyx.
I also rolled an 8 that time.
Oh my. Oh, so real.
So 7. So now I'm into my strength as well
Uh-oh.
by 2.
Okay, we'll make that save. Save against critical damage. Real Nyx.
Made it.
Okay. Not down yet, but you're hurting. And alternate Roach attacks real Roach.
Yeah, well, seeing as his Tyrant's Rod attempt did not, get real Roach on the ground long enough to get him at D12, he's just going to keep swinging with his D8. Oh, fuck, he rolls a 7, which is going to get into real Roach's strength as well.
Oh no! You guys are great at fighting yourselves. I mean, your alternate selves are kicking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. If only it were you. Suddenly you're starting to get
Well,
confused about which one is you.
If we all die, can we just use our alternate characters and keep going?
There are some existential questions about that I have provided for you. We'll see what happens if that happens.
Okay.
All right. So, did you make that save?
Oh, I forgot
Roach?
to make it
At your
at all.
reduced string.
Yeah, so I need a 13, having lost 1 point of strength, and I get an 11, so yeah.
Hey, that's good. Not down yet. Okay. You guys, well, let's just pick right back up with you, Real Roach. What do you do?
Well, Real Roach is quite pissed about this turn of events, and he's going to swing his noble cudgel at alternate Roach for a D8, rolling 3. So alternate Roach is alternate Roach is clearly rolling better than actually, it's funny. Now there are, because he had 2 HP left, so now they are both down by 1 strength with 13 out of 14. So I'm assuming alternate Roach is now going to need to make his save.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
And he rolls a 3 instead of a 2.
Hey.
So,
All right.
yeah,
So
he's still up as well.
still facing you. Percy, now that alternate Percy is free from the ice, what do you do?
You hurt me! How dare you! Ah!
You're not the real Percy. I'll defeat you, he says.
Okay, and that time it would be 3 damage.
Okay.
And that will take him down into strength by 1.
Okay, so roll that reduced by 1 strength or less to see if he takes critical damage.
Okay. And that's on a D20?
It's on a D20.
Okay. So he has to get 7 or better.
Or
Well, he's got to roll
less,
the
but yeah.
less.
7 or less.
I mean-
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. And he rolled an 8.
Oh no! Well, he takes critical damage, and false Percy falls to the ground. And Nyx, this is real Nyx acting now. What do you do? Now, alternate Nyx is already taken. You know, anytime you hit her, she's going to have to make that save for critical damage. So.
Right. Okay. Hitting her with the noble sword again. Ooh, nice. For 7 minus 1, so 6.
Okay.
Which puts her strength
That's
down at
quite a bit of strength. I'd be
9.
shocked if she made this save.
Yep.
So we'll see if she takes critical damage.
Oh, I rolled exactly a 9, which is what her strength is right now. Damn it.
Oh. Well, she took 6, and she still just got a 9. I mean, she's not got lower than that. What was your strength to start off with? Like, oh, your strength was really high.
Yeah, it's really high.
Yeah.
It started off at 17, and it's down
That's
to
right.
9 now, so...
Well, the benefits of having high strength are now kind of working against you, as you just cannot seem to put Alt Nyx down. And then Alt Nyx immediately makes a counterattack, so go ahead and roll that. And as you guys look around, it's kind of hard to tell when you glance over at your friends now, like which one is, you know, the real Nyx, which one's the real Roach, which one's it's quite confusing.
Yeah, they're pointing at each other like that Spider-Man meme. They're both staring at each other.
And real Nyx makes her save, but she's down. She's still got a little
she's
bit
hurting.
more than Alter Nyx, but...
Okay, she's hurting. And unfortunately, alternate Roach has not gone down yet. He attacks real Roach.
Yes, he does. And he rolls... Oh, my fucking God. I don't know why alternate Roach is rolling so much better, but he rolled a 7,
Oh my.
which will take real Roach down to 6 HP. Or, sorry, strength.
He's in trouble.
And I'm going to have to roll that D20.
6 or less.
4! Oh, my fucking God.
Oh,
that
my
was
God.
so
All
lucky.
right.
I did not... I
Lucky.
thought Roach was going
Very
down,
lucky.
man.
Okay. And alternate Percy attacks Percy.
So he was critically injured. I don't know if
Oh,
that
no,
means
he's down. I forgot. Yeah, he's critically injured.
Yeah.
He's out of the fight. Yeah. Thank you for
Okay.
reminding me. Okay. So, real Roach. You've just been hurt pretty bad. What do you do?
He says, I'm the fake when I give up. No, I'm kidding. He's going to swing his cudgel at the fake fucker and roll an 8. Even
There you
better
go.
than his foe just got against him. Reducing
Now things
his foe to 5. So now watch him roll under 5. We'll see. He rolled a 4-2. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, another 4. He's still up.
This is going
Okay.
terribly.
Fucking hell.
Well, yeah. Now, Percy, what do you want to do? You want to go help one of your friends since you...
Yeah, but would he even know which is the real one or the fake
I
one?
think they're a little bit confused, but you can still tell right now. You can still tell.
Okay.
It's a little bit confusing, but from where everybody was standing, you've been able to track Roach ever since he jumped up from the floor.
Yeah. Well, is Roach like the worst off, or is who's doing who needs the most help?
They're both in big trouble.
I would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're both in trouble, but I think Roach is a little worse off than Nick.
Maybe in a little bit more trouble.
Well, alternate Roach is in the worst shape of all, but
Oh.
but real Roach has one strength more than alternate Roach.
Okay, well, I will move my frozen cloud over alternate Roach.
Okay, alternate Roach freezes up. He's gonna have to try to break out on his turn. And real Nix, can you put down this opposite you? Every HP, every point of damage you do is now going directly to her strength.
Strength.
06 or less on a d20, or she will take critical damage.
Yes, she does take critical damage.
She does, and she goes down. And so now both alternate Percy and alternate Nix are down, and alternate Roach is completely frozen. And if you guys would like to go ahead and just beat the shit out of, like everybody reach in and Coop de Gracie, alternate Roach. Like I said, or make you roll dice over and over when the three of you could just be swinging at him. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, well, he's got like
And,
5 fucking health points left, so just a couple swings is really all. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a couple swings all it would take.
And take his extra radishes for yourself.
Oh, that's a great
Yeah.
idea. Now I've got. Oh, let me see. Now I've got.
Well, that leads me to the great, the big point is that once he's actually dead, he kind of disappears. And I guess you guys could loot and leave these other bodies, but they'll wake up in a while, and actually they will die in an hour.
Well, I think I don't even want to look at myself. I want to roll my body into the well there.
Oh, okay.
Dump him in the well.
All right.
Grab his arcana.
At the river.
Grab his
Wash him
arcana
away.
first.
Well, alt Percy tumbles into the well.
Yeah, I thought Lynn said, take their arcana first, but I don't know if we need maybe it's like I don't know. Could be a disrupt the space-time continuum
Yeah,
or something.
you never know. You guys suffered the gross indignity of bilocation by entering this room. You can almost hear Father Moon giggling. You can't really, but having met Father Moon once, he would cackle with this and think of it as a great trick or a great protection for his treasure. But have you made it past all of his levels of protection for his great treasure? As I said, beyond the well there was an archway that led out of this room. Now, a short rest of a few minutes will get you guys back your HP, so I'd recommend doing that. Your strength will still be vastly reduced, but sit down for a minute, get a drink of water, take some deep breaths, regain your composure,
Yes.
get your HP back.
Ah, that was quite something. Let's never speak of it.
Don't want to fight myself again. That's for sure.
No.
Amen.
Well, you guys, if you want to keep exploring, you'll obviously have to go through that archway. Can I assume that's what you do? Yeah.
Yeah.
And through the archway, there's no door there. It enters into a great cube-shaped room, and on the opposite wall, there's a carving on the wall of a great big face. But it's not the face of say, the Star Child, as you might expect. You recognize this face. This is Father Moon's face. Great big carving of it. And there's a door underneath his chin. His face is like recessed into the wall, and there's a door right under his chin. And there's nothing else in the room.
Megalomaniac, I think that guy is.
Quite.
Egocentric.
So what would
Thinks
you...
quite highly of himself, but yes, I think we better continue forward. I see what else. I know he's got more tricks up his sleeves.
Okay. So you guys all continue forward into the room? Okay. When you guys go into the room, suddenly this loud pounding music starts. You don't know where it's coming from. And out of the eyes and the nostrils of the Great Face is like fans of laser lights shoot out and begin moving around with the music, but they're spraying all around the room. But you get the sense they're like hard lasers. This is not just special effects. You don't want to get trapped in any of that stuff. And so everybody make dex saves to avoid. You got to tumble and move and dance and jump. See, and you'll have to get, this is you getting across the room too as you're dodging. We'll assume you're dodging towards the door. You can get close up right underneath this face. The beams shouldn't be able to get to you. Did anyone fail that?
No, once I realized it wasn't a Pink Floyd laser show, I nimbly dodged out of the way.
You guys, sounds like all of you do. You nimbly dodge through it, and you get right up underneath the great big face of the thing. And there's the door there. His mouth is open a little bit. The door, though, doesn't even have like a knob on it or a handle or anything. And just his open mouth looming over the door.
Is this going to be a riddle situation?
And I'll point out the lasers are still going. It's just that because you're all right underneath the head now, the lasers can't aim down low enough to actually get to you. So there's still the music and the lights all around the room.
Is it Dancing Queen that's playing in the background?
It's not. We couldn't get the
Darn.
rights to Dancing Queen. Yeah. It's a generic techno beat. And so what do you guys do?
Instead of Dancing Queen, perhaps it is the
Dance.
The lesser known hit Prancing Mean, which is, of course, stars me in the music video.
Prancing Mean. Right.
Love it.
Well, thank you for the video.
Yes, anytime.
Young and sweet.
He is young and sweet. Yes.
I'm old and bitter. What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
Old and bitter. Yeah. Well, someone's got to write that one now. So
Old and bitter, can't get off the shitter. What I don't know.
can't get off the shitter.
Oh,
Okay.
what have we done? Okay, sorry about that.
That's all right. I'm sure that Father Moon would enjoy it as you look up in his wide open, grinning mouth. No. Yeah, you don't know where the handle might be that opens this door.
Well, he doesn't have a mustache, does he?
No, he looks just like Keith Moon, non-bearded version of Keith Moon. Yeah.
Well, we could always try knocking.
Ooh, I
Knock.
like that idea. That's simple. I like it.
Yeah, you knock, but you can't even hardly hear the knock over the pulsing beat.
Well,
His open, grinning mouth is really irritating too. You should try to figure out what's going on.
can you hear us, Father Moon? Are you listening?
There's no answer.
No.
I think he's dead. I think he burned up in the fire.
Well, yes, I
Yeah.
thought maybe this was some, sort of magic. Maybe he transferred his consciousness or something. I don't know.
Well, that's true.
But-
I mean, we were here, and we're not us. Well, they weren't us, but they were, but they weren't. So he could have
No,
fun, too.
yeah.
Okay. So,
There's some sort of trick to get in here.
any idea about where to look for the knob or door?
So it's a big open mouth, yeah?
Yeah. Want to look in, get a
It's-
better look at it. It's like right above the door, but you kind of hop up and look in there. And it actually looks like there is a knob. It's like the back of his throat. Like reach into the open mouth and open the door that way.
Okay. Well,
Give us uvula, yank.
That's exactly it.
but let's take precautions first. I don't want him chomping down on our arms as we stick them through. I'm going to brace his mouth open just in case.
It's very perceptive.
Yes, I'm aware of all the dangers that might be. I guess I don't want to waste...
I could use my original cudgel.
Well, I have a club I forgot about that I picked up somewhere, and I'm not really using that, so...
You guys want to...
I'll stick the
You're going to wedge
club
those
in
in the... Okay. Well, you wedge those in the mouth with a great carving of Father Moon's face, and then you reach your hand in to open the doorknob, and you can hear straining against the stone carving of the face. It's trying to bite your arm off, but it can't because it's wedged open. And but it's got great power, and just as you open the door and pull your hand out, and the jaws snap shut, and your old club is broken, snaps in two. But it was a good sacrifice. And the door opens, and beyond that door is a pyramid-shaped room with the point at the top, and inside is a glittering and glorious treasure trove. Because when you look in, there's a big like a display dais, and it's covered with arcana. Beyond that, there's a window with curtains drawn over it, although it's underground. The window could possibly, see into, but the curtains are drawn. They're heavy curtains. But yeah, all over the table, there's all kind. You guys have to just go up and look at it all. It's like, you feel like a kid in a candy store all of a sudden. You're looking for you'd be happy for maybe one or two bits of arcana. Any adventurer would be happy to just have one. But here, you look out on this display dais, you see a horned mask. You see a medallion with a picture of a leech on it. There's a black orb. There's a flute. And there's a book. And there's a skull cap. And there's a beehive that looks like it's made out of coral. And there's a glove, fancy sequined glove. And there's well, it's just a glove. I added the sequins, I'll admit. I was remembering our fiasco we played with. But there's a cup or a grail, you might call it. There's a shield. There's like a miniature glass lion. There's a needle, but it's set out in this little display box, like a little jewelry box on a little pillow, a little needle. And then there's another box. It's a plain box. It's closed. All of these things are just radiating weird power.
The visual that I have, I don't know if you guys ever did this, but did you guys ever go to like the swap meets at the drive-in when you were kids?
I'm not at the one at the drive-in, but I was just about to say earlier, it's like a Arcana swap meet in here. Everything laid out on the table. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go. I had, used to go there with my friends. Their parents would go out there to the swap meet, and there was just like these plastic picnic tables on legs with just like shit. Like random fucking shit that people hauled out of the backs of their trucks and set on these tables, and they were like, "Oh yeah, for $3 for that, $5, whatever." It was crazy. So that's kind of the visual image that I got in my head. But man, all that stuff sounds interesting. I don't even know what to.
I know
look
you
at
don't even
first.
know where to begin, right? And there's nobody sitting here saying 3 guilders, 5 guilders, or anything. It's all just free for the taking. Congratulations, you must have completed all of your steps and made it to the fabled treasure of Father Moon.
I think I'd like to take a peek through the curtain before we touch anything on the table.
Okay. You go peek through the curtain. There's a window, and through the window you can see this exact room. Well, you don't see you guys in it, so it's not like a mirror. It's like you're looking into the same room. All the same arcana are sitting on the table. It's all undisturbed.
Come check this out.
Yes, okay. I'll look through as well.
Okay. Yeah, and that's what you see. You see like a replica of this room.
Oh. Now, it would appear that there is some sort of illusion happening. One of these rooms is not as actually as it seems. That's my theory.
So you think one of them is real and one of them is not real? like the us that we fought a minute ago?
Perhaps. Yes, I just think, there's some sort of, additional trickery happening, and we shouldn't be too hasty to just dive right into these arcana and, collect them all. I don't know for sure,
I agree.
but something is afoot.
Yes.
Well, I don't know what you mean about arcana. These are my arcana. And he's going to just grab up. No, just kidding. No, that's not. So, are there more? Is this just one window, or are there like more than
it's
one?
just the one.
Okay,
Just one window.
okay.
Looks into the-
Is there a door on the other side of the room?
Yeah. Like where you seems like just like the door you came in this
Right.
room.
Is there like the guy's face and everything?
Well, that would have been on
Or
the
is it
outside
just-
of that door.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But it's just a door. Yes. Well, I wonder if... we could go through the door. We could also break this window. I don't know why, but we could break the window and go through that way if we feel the door is not safe.
I think we have to, because wouldn't the door be on the other side of the room?
Yeah, it's on the other side of the room.
Yeah,
If you wanted
I'm
to go through
picturing.
that.
Yeah, the
Oh.
window
It's
is on the wall that separates
the door
the
you
two
came
rooms.
in, and the door you came in, and then the table, and then
I-
beyond that
okay.
is the window, and so you're like looking into the, opposite layout, but the same room. So when I say the door, you can see it through the window. It's like just like the door you came in, but you can see it through the weird window in the other room.
Oh.
Okay.
So there's no...
I think I was imagining it like Colin was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I
And
understand.
it is confusing, just like the people outside were confusing. It's hard to tell what's real and what isn't in this strange place.
Well, I think we're just going to have to test some things. Which might be risky, but we've come all this way, and we can't simply just give up now. We don't know for sure if there is anything else, left to fight or whatever. For all I know, we could just take the arcana, but something tells me there's going to be some additional problems.
Is the window just one large pane of glass?
Yeah, but you could open it even. You could, lift it up, slide it up, and crawl through it. It's just a normal window. There's not one large pane of glass, no. It's got, what do you call them? Mullions or whatever. It's a mullioned window with several little panes.
Well,
I think we should open one.
open it.
Yeah.
Yes. Open the window. See what happens.
You open the windows. Now you can see into that room without any glare.
I'm going to stick my sword through, just in case it's like a portal or something.
Well, you stick your sword through it, nothing weird seems to happen. You pull it right back out, and it seems fine.
All right. Should one of us go through the window and the others stay in this room? See what happens?
I'd be willing to try it if you think it's a good idea. I'm not too sure about it, though.
No, I'm not too sure about it either, but yes, I will. Since I did say it, I guess I will climb through.
Ooh,
Okay.
brave.
You climb through, and you get really, really tingly. Extremely tingly when you're in that room. And you guys are looking at him climb through, and he just seems to fade from your view, though. And you don't disappear or die, but I'm not going to tell you what you see until
Okay.
to leave them in suspense.
Where'd
He just
he
fades
go?
from view. You see him like turning around like he's about to look back at you, but then he just kind of dissipates.
He disappeared. He must have traveled to another dimension.
Ooh, he went to the.
Another dimension.
I bet he went to the place where he's now waiting in hiding for us to come here so he can attack us.
Well, that could be.
I'm so stupid. I don't know how I even thought of that, but it could it could be very possible.
Okay. Well, what do you two want to do?
Oh, I don't know. That looks dangerous. I think I just want to find me a piece of arcana and get the fuck out.
Okay, which one do you want to grab? Let's say there's a horned mask. There's like a medallion with a picture of a leech on it. And there's a black orb, and a flute, and a book, a skull cap, and a beehive.
Well, before you
glove,
explain it
and-
all to me, I want to consult with my friend Nix because I'm not sure what the fuck we're going to do here. Because we could join our friend Percy over there, and potentially become the us that fights ourselves when we come back later in some other dimension, another dimension.
Another dimension.
Well,
And that might be
I was-
fun.
I was also thinking that we should attempt to pick up one of these arcana on this side and
Maybe throw it in the other room then.
that's a great idea.
Which one do you want to throw into the other room?
Yeah, throw it into me to me, so in case I do disappear, maybe I'll have some arcana at least.
Let's do the gloves.
Just a glove. Yeah, just a glove.
Well,
But,
it is, of course, just a glove. It's only the one.
Yeah,
Right.
right. So you pick it up and you toss the glove. You toss it through the.
Yes.
Okay. All right, you toss it through, and you just see it slowly disappear. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut back to Percy, and then we're going to wrap up this episode. Percy, when you first went into the room, you turned around. There was no window there at all, and you're quite flummoxed, and you're not sure what to do. As you're thinking about it, suddenly, a rock flies to the wall and lands on the ground. Boom, 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 boom. In front of you.
Rock.
Just a plain rock.
Are my friends throwing rocks at me? I never done anything to them. Well, maybe it's arcana. I will inspect the rock.
Yeah, it's just a normal dumb rock. Arcana always kind of like
Stupid
waving,
rock.
but yeah. So you're quite perplexed and confused.
So just, out of curiosity, so, and I'm not there obviously, but, so is he essentially in the exact same room except there's no other room now, or?
There's no window
Right.
looking back into the room he came in.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But otherwise, it's the exact same room, just backwards. Not like reverse backwards like in a mirror, but facing the opposite way, like picked up and flipped around. Where east is now west, west is now east. And so yeah, you guys back in the main room, you throw the glove through the window, and it also disappears, just like Percy did.
Well, I'm not sure what to think about all this. I don't know where Percy went. I don't know where the glove went. I don't know if this is the real room. I don't know if he's in the real room. I don't know if he got eaten up by interdimensional dragons or something. I'm not sure what to do.
What do you think, Nix? Can you think of anything? Sometimes there is no great idea. Sometimes there's no right answer. Sometimes there isn't a magical thing you can do.
I think we should just go follow him through the window.
Oh, through the looking glass then. Oh, that seems dangerous. Well, what if... Oh...
No risk, no reward.
Well, also no risk, no danger. Even so, if you think it's the right thing to do, I'm with you.
All right. Well, you guys. Meanwhile, you're back in the other room, Percy, and suddenly your friends come through the wall, and they're now in the room with you. And that's where we're gonna go ahead and stop this episode. But I will have a quick epilogue scene of the other room that you just left. Now is empty, but on that dais displayed where all those arcana were, there's a candle and a jaw harp and a pencil and a necktie and a deck of cards and a spool of thread and a beeswax chewing gum
And a rock, presumably.
You know, there was a rock.
there had been a rock,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a dried up cheese curd. And that's what's on this. But we'll talk about what's in this room. You know, the one you all just come into when we get back together next time.
Yeah, so I wanted to remind everybody that it's coming up now. Dickie Newton, my fiction podcast, episode number 2 will be out on November 21st. And you can listen to that on any podcast platform and on the website, dickienewton.podbean.com, or on YouTube. And so rate and review, like and subscribe, and tell your friends. Thank you. Hey everybody, if you like our podcast, don't forget to leave us a good rating and or review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Spotify, or wherever you're able. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter at Goonies_world, and check out our website at GooniesWorldPodcast.com. Email us at GooniesWorldPodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.